Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Game Dojo and 24K movies, TV shows, video games, and reviews. I'm your host, the Game Ninja. This is the Game Dojo in the heart of Gamer Nation, and we are here. We're here for it. If you could not guess by my momentous intro, House of the Dragon Season 2 is done. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I had to hum this song because I don't want copyright infringements. But now we're done as the complete season. What did I think of the season as a full meal? I told you I would tell you at the end and give you the full meal. So, good, bad, ugly, and sad. All right. So, if you have not watched House of the Dragon Season 2, this is a spoiler review. I am terribly sorry. You can click away in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You've been warned. Spoiler alert. So, the series started pretty good. Actually, very good. I would say all the way up to episode 5, I was completely invested. I could not wait. See, this week-to-week shit, I can't stand. We went to streaming because television made us wait week to week. We wanted the full meal. When y'all gave us binge watching, we loved it. Do you know why binge watching took off so much? Because somebody could sit down and get the entire story in one sitting and they loved it. But I know those free previews and free weekends and free month trials, you want people not to just use that, watch the series, and then bounce. They gone. But if it's great, they'll come back. If it's great, they'll subscribe. They'll stay with you because it's your product. You know what I'm saying? What you're selling, what you're selling. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, week by week, I was on pins and needles trying to figure out what happened. If you didn't see my last video, when he sizzled his brother was probably the season's highlight for me. When Aemon and Aegon, that scene in the sky is well, that's legendary because he just thought his brother was going to save him. He just knew his brother was there to save him. He was all on a board that his brother was just going to be there and save him. He was wrong. Very wrong. But anyway, that was the dragon fights and everything. Even the taking riders and having them tested against dragons, all of that was beautifully and amazing, and I loved it. It's still better than a lot of things on TV now. Now, let's talk about the bad, the ugly, and the sad. Number 1, Daemon. One of the greatest characters I ever wanted to root for in my entire life for a TV series. If you go back to season 1 of House of the Dragon, we're talking about Daemon who stormed a beach by himself and took on an army, an entire army. This character demands respect, power, and authority. But yet this season, it was Daemon Targaryen and the Chamber of Secrets. It was a Harry Potter book because he had an argument with Rhaenyra and he went and stayed on Harrenhal's couch, his boy's couch, for the entire season. And that just hurt because every single last time he was in a scene and I was waiting to see what he was going to do, he was dealing with Voldemort and the House Cup and the Wizarding World and scores of witches and visions. And do we really need to see him doing his mom? Look, I know it's Game of Thrones. I understand it. I understand Game of Thrones has nudity and a lot of sexuality, and there's a lot of, brothers sleeping with sisters and mothers with sons and sons with... Look, we get it. We know what happens. We know what happened during that time period. Whether it's real, fictional, we know. We get it. You don't have to illustrate it. We don't have to illustrate it. We don't. We don't need it. We don't need to see it. Not everything. And while we're on that topic, can somebody lock the damn doors when you're trying to get down and have sex here in the House of the Dragon? Every single last time somebody tries to get their groove on, somebody comes in and disturbs them, opening the chamber door. My lord, my liege, what's going on in here? What's happening? What are you guys doing? Why does it smell like that in here? Why does it smell like Thai food? Jennifer's Body reference. Have you guys been fucking? It smells like Thai food. Jennifer Body. Anyway. Every time somebody's trying to get their sex on, and Alicent, look, she a freak. I'ma say it. I said it last video. I'ma stand on it. Hands down. Tell it like it live it. 10 toes down when you're standing on business. She a freak. Matter of fact, that is one of the main redeeming characteristics about Alicent that I rather enjoyed. She was a freak. Whether somebody was zibblewitzing themselves to her feet, we don't need to see that either. Whether it was Sir Dingly Dang Cole, eating more than a salad. Whether it was, just put it this way, Alicent is in touch with her feelings. She knows what she wants. And I'm okay with that. I admit it, I'm okay with that. Rhaenyra, on the other side, when she was younger, she had that freak side in her, played by a different actress, which we got to see this season. I'm so glad, because I love that Rhaenyra. I love the younger Rhaenyra better than I do the older Rhaenyra, because all she does is cry and leave. I don't know why you guys chose that for her. She just cries and leaves. That's all she's doing, is cry and leaves. Every time you see her, well, I'm going somewhere. I'm coming back. I'll see you in a few weeks. Oh, but these guys are literally outside, like, they're trying to break through the door. I will be back. I need to go and check something, and I have bread. And Jeff, the god of biscuits, back there in Westeros. I shall be back. Now, I wonder why her song was so pissed off at her. I agree. Like, her son is standing on business. He lost a brother. He don't know where the hell Daemon is. And he's being treated like a second-class citizen. And he like, I want to do some business. Like, put some respect on my name. Put some respect on it. Meanwhile, Rhaenyra is just here, there. Most of the season, she was gone, just like Daemon. And I'm not okay with that. I'm really not okay with that. I wish the dragons had played full host to this entire season. We got some dragon fights. I wish we had gotten more. I really do. I wish... This is going to sound bad. I know I said we don't need to see it, and to sound a little two-faced, this series could have done more this season with a little more sex. There was a season where Rhaenyra and the girl she freed from the dungeons, they had a little kiss, and it was leading, and the hands was getting all grabby. And as soon as the hands started slipping out of the camera view, Your Grace, what's going on in here? What's going on, Your Grace? What is that? What is that smell? Why are the candles all on? Can you lock your chamber doors? There is a wooden latch. It's a queen's chamber. I thought you have to knock anyway before entering a queen's chamber. Like, she's a queen. Does that mean anybody could just bust through the door and kill her? Like, shouldn't there be a guard? Shouldn't there be somebody knock on the door? Your Grace, shouldn't you wait for an enter, a please enter? Like, everybody's always just, Your Grace, what's going on in here? What is that? Why is her leg in your lap? What is going on? And it pisses me off. Because you get to the point where you want to see some of these scenes, and they take them away from you. Then the scenes you don't want to see, you really don't want to see, they give them to you. Like, for instance, I didn't need to see his ass crack or his dingly dang walk around a whorehouse. Did not need to see it. But thank you for thinking of me and the people who wanted to see him walking around, dingly dangling in the air, and his crack just walking in the moonlight. Thank you for that. I personally didn't appreciate it, but maybe there were people out there who was like, oh, I love it. First of all, my man need to eat some Doritos or something. I don't know about the actor himself, but bro, there's skinny and there's dangerously skinny. Like, I saw your heart beating through your rib cage. Like, I don't know. Maybe you have like 1% body fat. Maybe that's good. I mean, because I'm a bigger brother. I admit it. But you could have done with some of the meals that your people eat. Well, then again, your kingdom was starving. Maybe that's why you did it. I don't know. Anyway, I don't need to see that. But I wish there was more sexuality between relationships, because there is a lot. This entire season was about relationships. No matter who you are, it was about relationships and what was going down. And I wish for all the talking, and that's another thing. I understand you have to tell a story. I remember Game of Thrones season 1. The first 4 or 5 episodes, you had to establish people, places, things, and characters. And I give you credit. The only way I made it through those was the sex. That's the only way I made it through those episodes, because there was just so much expository and talking and introductions and explaining that it got boring. Like, a lot of times it got boring. So I'm glad you sprinkled sex and whorehouses and some craziness in between there, because that kept me intrigued. Otherwise, I would just skip through those episodes and just start on either season 2 or episode 7. But anyways, there's way too much talking and screen time in here that meant nothing. Y'all could have cut that out and just added more. Like, there were just so many things. Like, I hate, it's my pet peeve to hear people in the middle of something exciting and amazing talk about their Aunt Edna's peach tea when they were 12 and how they used to drink it on the porch with John Michaels and their son, Sir Diggly Dang. Like, I get what you're trying to do. I get, there's some things that need explaining, but you can illustrate them visually as well, because damn, some of those conversations, even I never do this on any of the Game of Thrones episodes. Maybe season 8, definitely after the first episode, which could have been the end. Y'all could have gave us just 1 episode or an hour or 2 hour long movie and be like, bam, there's the series. I'd have been okay with it. We did not need the subsequent episodes that literally just undid everything that you did the entire Game of Thrones season. I'm not over it. But House of the Dragons, I get it. There's a lot of establishment. There's a lot of things that you have to explain. There's a lot. I get it. I do get it. I get expository. But after moments like that of slow levity, then just dump in something exciting or pleasing to the eyes or something that we needed to see. And I'm confused over Daemon at the tree seeing the Ice Walkers. When, I know he had visions, but when did he see thousands of years into the future? Hundreds of years. Hundreds of thousand years. I don't know. I'm still a little bit unsure of the timeline. Anyway. It's like you guys forgot how to House a Dragon halfway through, and that's not good. That's not fun. That's pretty sad that House of the Dragons forgot how to House of the Dragons halfway through. And there's rumor that during the strike that this series was supposed to go to 10 seasons, which I can clearly see, because the last episode in season 8 was clearly just a trailer for next season. That's all episode 8 was a trailer for next season. Like, I expect it to be 2 hours long. If you guys add something in it to leave us with a cliffhanger, then it's going to be like 2 years till we see the next House of the Dragon season. You left us with nothing. You left us with, okay, stay tuned. Previously on Game of Thrones. Like, have you guys forgotten how to cliffhang? Like, you always leave them wanting more. This is something known in the theater. This is something all thespians know. I said thespians, all right? Pick up a dictionary, a thesaurus. I said thespian. Do your search. Do your research, man. Google it. So, always leave them wanting more. That makes them want to come back. Now, we got 2 years before we see you guys again. A comet could smash into the Earth. Aliens could take over. We could die from, I don't know, all the stuff that's going around in the food and the water and the soil. We could be at war where everything is destroyed. That is a lot of time between now and then to leave us with feelings. And I understand maybe it was cut because there was 2 more episodes and it had to be cut from a 10-episode season. I heard rumor of that. I don't know if it's true or not. And I don't like it. I started watching it, and as it was getting good, I kept clicking the button to see how much was left of the episode. And when it really started getting down to it, where it started getting good, there was like a minute left. And I was like, oh, you son of a bitch. We're not even going to see a fight. We're not even going to see an attack. We're not even going to see the dragons like fly out all together and have him come out. We're not going to see nothing. Like, you're just going to leave us like this for 2 years? Why? Why would you leave me on? Oh God, give me the reason. I'm down on bended knee. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that to your audience? You want people to come back and watch it, right? I mean, it's House of the Dragons. People will watch it anyway, but we gotta wait 2 years? You gave us nothing to chew on and hold on to until next season, 2 seasons, but you gave us nothing. First of all, what happened to the season finales being longer because you have a longer story to tell and you want to give somebody all the oomph and excitement so they can come back again next season for your next installment? What happened to that? Why is the season finales just regular episodes now? I remember a time when it was like, join us for the 2-hour season finale, the 1.5-hour season finale. Join us for the extended season finale on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. No, nothing. We were left with next time on Game of Thrones. See all this interesting shit? You're gonna have to wait 2 years to see it. And I'm not happy. I'm not proud. I have a bad taste in my mouth. TV series aren't what they used to be, and you guys have a chance to run with the ball, and I'm let down that you didn't run with the ball. I'm really let down you didn't run with the ball. You didn't seize the moment. You didn't seize the day. E pluribus unum. You guys didn't go for it. That's Latin, by the way. You guys didn't go for it. You didn't at all. And you left me on a low end to a season that was dissatisfying. The first half of the season, episodes 1 through 4 and 5, you gave me such excitement. I couldn't wait to see what happened next week. And then next week you declined, and then you declined, and then you declined, and then you declined, and then you declined. And then it was like, here's the season finale, and I'm like, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. Okay, it's spent 10 minutes, 20 minutes. We 45 minutes into this, John. We coming down to the end. Ain't nothing really happened. Okay, so Daemon gets to leave Harrenhal? The end. What? Oh, man. Yeah. So, as a whole, this season was just... The latter half of the season was taken down dramatically. The first half of the season... absolutely brilliant. I enjoyed it. I was on board. I was amazed for it. If it were not for the dragons finding writers and those scenes, there would have been literally nothing to watch in the last 4 episodes of House of the Dragon season 2. There was a lot of talking. There was almost no sex. It's like everything had gotten toned down. And I don't get that. Your House of the Dragon, your Game of Thrones, that shit should be cranked to an 11 or a 12. You should be hitting the volume down button like, oh, grandma's in the room. Like, she can't see this. Like, we can't watch this together. That's the way, like, when I watched season 1 of Game of Thrones, I had to watch it by myself. You cannot watch that in mixed company. If you got your moms and grandmoms and children in the room, you cannot watch that, because from one second to the next, you're just like, sir, I'm going to Westeros to see, and I have an owl and blah, 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 blah. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. Get the remote, get the remote, get the remote. That's how I was brought into Game of Thrones. I was like, you never know from 1 minute to the next what the next scene is going to be. It's amazing. You literally went from watching somebody eating porridge in a bar to a naked Khaleesi, butt-ass naked, coming out to the fire with dragons, with the circles, and like, I was, okay, we're out here. This is wild stuff. I prepared myself. Every time a Game of Thrones came on, I knew I was going to see something wild. I was like, okay, I'm set. The door's locked. I got the TV at a certain volume. Ain't grandma and grandpa's ain't in the room. We ain't got mixed company. I'm ready to watch Game of Thrones. House of the Dragon Season 1 started like that. Season 2, someone toned it down. And I don't know why. There was some stuff we didn't need to see. There was definitely some nudity, but it was just for the sake of it. It didn't lead anywhere. Look, Rhaenyra had been missing Daemon the entire season. I'm saying queens need love too. Couldn't we let her have like her little session? Couldn't she get down in the chamber with my girl who had her back? She was the only one who showed loyalty to her and had her back, while everybody else was like, yeah, she don't know what she's doing. Even her boy that she sent out to Harrenhal to spy on Daemon got there and was just like, sir, I serve you. That chick is crazy. She gonna get us killed. I serve the true heir and you, sir. I don't know what the hell she doing. Could she just get one moment of unbiased, unbridled passion and love for somebody who just wanted to see her pleased? Everybody was against her this season. Even her son, her pissant son, which I got his frustrations, but still, he was being a pissant. Like, that entitlement shit need to go. Your hair ain't even white. I understand you trying to claim Targaryen blood and that you the sole heir. I get it, but your hair is black, son. Your hair is black, son. Your hair ain't white. You need to tone it down just a little bit. Tone it down. Tone it down. Tone it down. Just turn it down a little bit. But anyway, I wanted Rhaenyra to have a moment. I wanted her to have a moment where her heart was fulfilled and calm. Let me tell you something. We all know what sexual frustration means to us. And we've all been in those dark, long, cold spells where if the wind blows, you're like, whew. This is somebody who she thought had betrayal in her heart that she'd grown to love. And it led over a few episodes to this woman turning around after being freed and coming back and showing loyalty and warning her and explaining that the twin was coming in his brother's steed. Like, she protected the queen. She was loyal to the queen when everybody else wasn't. She lost a son. Rhaenyra has been through hell. She couldn't trust what Daemon was doing. She had been through hell. And this one woman could not give her the one moment of levity. And I think you guys should have gave it to her. You should have gave it to her. Hell, Alicent been getting her boots knocked all season. All 2 seasons. She been getting her boots knocked. She ain't never have a problem. She even apologized for her son's wife busting in the chamber after the child was killed because she was in there with Cole under the blankets getting Sir Dingly Danged. Cole was putting it down. You know what I'm saying? The 2-piece and a biscuit. She apologized to her daughter-in-law. Like, I'm sorry for what you saw. Like, I understand you getting down. The daughter even said it. Like, I understand. Like, you needed to get down. Who's getting down with you? But people need that contact and reassurance physically sometimes. And Rhaenyra never got that this season. That was a letdown to me. That was really a letdown. I mean, her and Daemon in the brothel in season 1, I had to look to see if she was legal, because that shit got out of hand very quick. But this season, it's like they alienated her. And maybe that was the purpose. Maybe that was the ideal. I haven't really read the House of Dragon books. If there are books, I'm quite sure there are. But The second half of this season, it pulled down the first half of the season. It was kind of an anticlimactic end. And with all the horrible TV series they have out now, it really didn't do the series justice. And the fact that we have to wait 2 years for a payoff, I can't say I'm looking forward to it right now because you left me with nothing. Like, normally when a season ends, I'll go back and rewatch the season. I would only watch up to like episode 4 or 5 of this. Like, I don't need to watch no more because I know what it is. It's going to be expository talking monologues. It's going to be Daemon in the Chamber of Secrets and Daemon in the House Cup and Daemon and the Half-Blood Prince. Like, that's all it is. It became a soap opera for the rest of the season with a sprinkling of dragons every now and then. You didn't even explain why the dragon bust out of the cave, went and found King Ezekiel's son, and came up to him and was just like, yes, you're my rider. I'm bonded to you. Can you explain how the dragon chose him? Rhaenyra didn't even tell her son, these people with lesser blood, they're not us. First of all, you ain't got white hair. King Ezekiel's son at least had white hair. He's a Targaryen. He is a Targaryen. Can you explain something that has never happened before? Because remember, even the dragon people that took care of the dragon was like, we will not stand by this. We are the sacred order of the biscuit gods and we will not. Yeah, I get it. Whatever. This dragon escaped y'all. Flew out the cave. Found his rider. Walked up to him and was like, they trying to put somebody on my back. Bro, I ate him. I straight up toasted him and ate him honey roasted. Let's do this. Because there's a story now. Because the dragons are sentient. They think. They're smart. They're visceral, but they think. And where was Cannibal? Where is Cannibal? I know Cannibal's alive during this time. If you don't know, that's one of the dragons. One of the most vicious dragons who eats other dragons. Where was Cannibal? Where was Cannibal? Like, there was no mention of him. Where's Cannibal? Anyway, I wish they had. See, the things you wanted explained, they didn't seize. But the things you didn't want explained, they just gave it to you in waves. And I'm like, I don't need this. I really don't need this. I don't. And it made me frustrated at times. I picked up my phone. One of the biggest telltales that I'm not having a good time when I'm watching a TV series is I'll pick up my phone and check out TikTok and YouTube and Wikipedia and all kind of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Reddit. Like, I look at, if it's not holding my attention, you lost me. And if you lose me too much, why am I here? But anyway, as a whole, I can give the season a silver. I want to give it more. I want to give it a higher ranking, but I can't because the latter half of the season, brought down the total product, the total package. Lex Luger! That's wrestling, by the way. Lex Luger, total package? No? Anyways, it brought down to a point where it just left me on a sour end and a sour note with a sour taste in my mouth. And I didn't like that too much. Especially after the showing of Game of Thrones Season 8 and how the writing just declined and you left us with a very angry audience at the end of the series. You guys should have learned from that. Like, literally, don't lead people down a dark road and then there's nothing but a cave and a chasm. Because all they can do is fall. And all you can do is fall from grace. And sometimes you can't earn that back. So in 2 years, time will tell what happens. But if this was just your talking season, there better be non-stop action for your next season. Every episode. I don't want to hear about Aunt Edna's peach tea or what happened when you were strolling down the road in Westeros, or if you got to the end of the abysmal muck in the dark and the dank where you saw a fish tank and you had Oreos. And I don't need to hear that. You've done all the explaining you need to. You did words. Now we need some action. I'll go with you. Your track record right now is kind of spotty, son. So, Silver, House of the Dragon. Season 2. First half, platinum. Second half, nickel. Split the difference. Silver. I can't even give it a gold. I want to give it a gold, but I can't. Like, you eliminated the best characters and turned them into shells of themselves. Rhaenyra, where is the fierce, intense warrior that takes no prisoners, is outspoken, and literally will just stand against anyone? I know it's a different actress, but she's playing the same character. Where is that fight? Where is that passion? Where is that intensity? That's not the Rhaenyra we were shown. Daemon. The only person I rooted for this season, and I really shouldn't have, was my boy, man. My boy. The Malfoy. Draco, Lord Draco Malfoy. He does kind of look like a Malfoy with the white hair now that I see the chin and the sharp face. Anyway, I rooted for him and I shouldn't have been, but I did root for him especially when he singed his brother. Like, it's one of my favorite episodes. That is one of my favorite episodes, hands down. When he's just flying through the air on his dragon and his brother's like, ha! I got you! You're gonna die! Oh, my brother's here. My brother's here. You're dead. Hey, what you doing? Hey! Dracarys! Sizzled my man. That was some cold-blooded. That shit. That was cold-blooded. That was cold-blooded. But it happened. So anyway, House of the Dragon, Season 2. Did you like it? Do you like it? Do you want more? Do you wish for more? Let me know. Leave it in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this season. This is just one humble fan's opinion on the season, but it seems to be shared by a lot of people. A lot of people have felt the same way that I did. So the opinions may vary, but they're shared across the platform. A lot of people felt the way that I did, that we were, you took your foot off the gas, you know what I'm saying? You turned down the flame when you really shouldn't have. As you're getting to the end, you should turn it up. But that's neither here nor there. House of the Dragon, Season 2. It's in the books. Gotta find something to watch now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you for joining me here on 24K Movies, TV shows, and video game reviews. We have a lot more coming for you. We're trying to do our best to get this out and that out just for you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you make us what we are. You make the world what it is. Show the world your disdain with your dollars by not supporting and movies and TV shows that deserve the endeavor. Pay it up. Show them with your money that you want more of it, and maybe they'll produce more. Maybe they'll get the right idea. Anyway, from the Game Dojo in the heart of Gamer Nation, I'm the Game Ninja. I'll check you guys next movie or TV show or video game. By the way, I do play video games. Go check out the Game Ninja channel. I do play games. Some of them are very funny. Some of them I just shut the hell up and do gameplay because sometimes the game speaks for itself. You don't need to hear somebody commentating in there. It ain't a DVD box set. Sometimes you just want to shut the hell up and just play the game. And sometimes I'm in the zone. I ain't gonna speak. I ain't gonna lie. That's why my lives sometimes suck, because I be in the zone and I totally forget that people are there and they're watching me. I'm sorry. I'm not one of them people yet that go back and forth in the comments. When I'm in the zone and I'm fighting for my life, I'm caught up in the moment, bro. I'm a gamer. That's what I do. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.